Bueno, en esta ocasión tenemos como invitados a los creadores de la serie Stay the Series, que pueden ver en el canal oficial de YouTube de Team Campy. Ellos son Allan Ibanez y
Hi.
Dexter Hemedez. Hi, how are
Hello.
you guys?
Good,
Good.
good.
How
Thank
are
you.
you? Thank
I'm
you for
fine, thank you.
having us.
Of course, it's a pleasure.
Okay. So, Stay the Series is a boys' love series that is filmed in Los Angeles, California. It's about a Filipino filmmaker who came to Los Angeles to attend a film festival, and he won an award there. But unfortunately, he falls victim to a scam, and he wanted to get to get his money back from that scammer. And to do that, he rented a space in Joshua's
Apart.
apartment. And then that's where the love story begins.
How was this story born?
Actually, it was born during the lockdown in 2020 when the pandemic happened and everything in LA was closed, and we lost our jobs, and then we there was like the most popular BL series during that time were aired on YouTube, like Together the series, and also from the Philippines, Hello Stranger, and Game Boys, and also Gaya sa Pelikula or like in the movies. So we were very inspired by their successes and their stories, and we wanted to create our own story based from our experiences here in LA as immigrants, as filmmakers, as aspiring artists trying to get into Hollywood. So that's the origin of the story, and we wanted to incorporate some BL elements into it, but not entirely like a hardcore BL that uh we all used to watch. We want to put some flavor to it that's a little different, and at the same time it's still very relatable to the viewers.
And the construction of these characters is really good because they are not just one-dimensional character. We have a lot of layers, and we're discovering those layers episode by episode, even until the end. How is the creation of these characters, Andre and Joshua, and why decide to tell a real story, a boys' love story?
Yeah, the creation of the characters, we really were very conscious from the start that it's not gonna be a typical uh perfect Prince Charming that we all used to watch. We wanted to create really characters with depth and with realism. We know it may not appeal to some viewers who just want like uh characters they're used to watch too, but we really wanted to create characters with a lot of flaws, a lot of mistakes, characters that experience real life situations and don't know how to react perfectly to to a situation or to a circumstance. So we are very conscious with that. We want our story to flow naturally and not be defined by what are expected from a romantic comedy or from a love story. So these are the processes that we have to go through. We know it's a risk, and it's a risk that we had to take because some viewers may be alienated from watching this kind of characters, especially Andre. Andre is really very flawed. He is heavily flawed. He commits mistake one after the other, and it seems that he never learns. But from the start, we're really very conscious that he's an immature character. He's a character that needs to grow and realize that there are more important things in life than love. But he lives in this hopeless romantic world where he views everything as romance as a Korean drama, as a K-drama, but in reality, he's really flawed, and his character needs a lot of growth and maturity, and he needs to learn to how to love himself and how to accept himself, how to accept his flaws and his weaknesses, and he needs to love himself in order for him to love another person.
Yeah, and I think the same thing is true for Joshua. He is also a very flawed character. So this is a love story between two broken souls. That's how we call it. And you know, they're trying to figure out what they have. They have something romantic, but you know, there's always something that's holding them back in pursuing this romance, and that is because they're not ready for it. And the humor is also coming from those mistakes, coming from those flaws. So when people enjoy like how Andre is word bombing, what do you call it? Verbal diarrhea. When he says things that that you know, he just thinks
He's
and
very tactless.
say it, and the audience laugh. But when that can be a serious problem too. So
yeah,
the drama and the comedy is coming from that flaw.
Yeah, because Andre is very tactless. The audience loves him when he's very funny and he says things spontaneously. But when it's a serious situation and he's also very tactless, the audience seemed a little bit disappointed to him, or they're mad at him. But we cannot make Andre tactless just for the sake of doing funny scenes. He needs to be consistent even with those serious or dramatic scenes, or scenes that needs his that is not humorous or funny as the others. So, and also like what he said, this is a love story of, from the very start, we are very conscious that we are doing a love story of two people who are not ready to fall in love. And that's why it's a choice between stay or leaving, because it's a big choice. It's about the world. It's about immigration, about dreams, about loss, about love, about acceptance, forgiveness, and letting go. And we are very conscious on that themes from the get-go. So yeah, that's where our story came from.
Okay. As a filmmakers as well, I saw a lot of little details on the scenes that I would like to ask you. But before we move to that, on the characters, can you tell us a little bit about the best friend? Because I think it's one of the best parts of the series.
So for the best friend of Andre, we are actually we know that because Andre is already a very flawed character, so we need someone who's like a voice of wisdom, and who needs to tell him that, oh, these are, you are on your limit, or you need to control your emotions, or you need some guidance. And there's another character that needs to remind Andre of that, and who else but his best friend. So we want to we want the viewers to know that we are very conscious about how flawed a character, how immature Andre is, by having someone who understands him, and tells him that all of his mistakes and all of the way he reacts to things are like, sometimes it's too much. So we needed that with a best friend. And with regards to the different costumes and wardrobes, it's also really very funny to watch someone who's like over the top, and like she's very campy, and she's a drag performer in the series. So we wanted her to have different costumes every episode, but even though she's over the top, she's grounded when it comes to the wisdom that she's giving to the show, to Andre, and to the viewers. So
Yeah.
And the mother is, I wanted to hug the mother all the time. She's so lovely, and the actress does an excellent job. Is obviously one a very important part of Andre. I don't know if you would like to ask. Sorry, I don't know if you would like to talk a little bit about the actress and this performance.
Yeah, so the actress is Miss Lot de Leon. She's someone we've worked with previously on our feature film, which is called First Semester. It's a family comedy, and she won Best Actress awards for her performance in that film. And luckily, we were able to work with her in this series as well. So the mother is someone to aspire to. I think the relationship with Andre and his mom's relationship is I've seen comments and reactions where people are like wishing, I wish I had that kind of mom. And she gives that like comfort to the show, that no matter how many mistakes Andre make, is he is gonna be loved. He is loved, and there are people that root for him no matter what he does. So yeah, we loved including her in the show, and for us to have representation of the mother who is understanding and who is supporting uh her child's ambitions and dreams, and for her just to want her son to grow and to have the kind of life that he wants. I think that strikes a chord to the viewers' hearts. Yeah.
and also we know that Andre is he grew up without a father, and maybe he was just 1 year old when the father left, and he never really met his father. So the mother was there for him to support him, but the mother also has to leave to work to be able to support Andre financially. So we also want to show the audience the kind of relationship that a single parent had with her son, that's though they are not together most of the time because someone needs to provide for the family because she's a single mother, but she's always very supportive of her son. But at the same time, you know that when a child is growing up without a father and without his mom by his side, there's also some sense of
Boy.
loss and void that that Andre seems to look for or search for in other people. He always longs for acceptance and attention and love. That's why he's making up this romantic world in his mind, and when something bad happens, he still makes a lot of things in his mind because there's literally absence of the family when he's growing up, and he's the only child. So and the mother doesn't have a choice because as much as she doesn't want to be separated from her son, she also knows that the most important thing perhaps is to provide for her son first, because they're not from a wealthy family and the father left them early in their lives. So yeah, those are like the complications of the mother and Andre when it comes to their relationship. That's why when the mom told Andre in episode 6, I think, that no matter what I do, I cannot feel the void that's left when your father left you. So we're really very in constructing the character of the mother and Andre as well, where we are very conscious of that there's a lot of emotional growth that Andre needs for himself, because he wasn't able to get that from his primary family when he was growing up.
Besides the characters, that of course is the thing that is going to the thing that hook us at first. The production is great. I would like to go now there. If you can share us a little bit about the challenges that you face to make this series, because I see a lot of details very interesting. For the start, the choices on the shots, and in particular for the last episode. The last episode is very emotional. We see and we practically see the characters eye to eye, and I saw the difference. I hope I'm not, I hope I hope I'm right on this, but on the rest of the episodes, or on the rest of the story, we see the kind of steady. And when we see this argument between Andre and Joshua in that moment, that feels like everything breaks, and the camera is moving a little bit more. It's moving like with them. It makes us feel, or it make me feel like I was there, and that was even more emotional, because I was like, no, I'm in the middle of these two guys and I cannot do anything. But so that was a great choice. But in general, the I'm gonna say the choices for the colors, the choices for the shots, the choices for the locations. Can you tell us a little bit about, for the start, the challenges of make an independent production, of course, and also what do you enjoy the most of that? Because I understand, and I know that when you don't have like the big budget, you go to the most creative part of you to make things work. So how was the experience for you guys?
Yeah, so there have been a lot of challenges in the show. Yeah, especially as an independent one. The first one I think was plat flying in the actors. Would that be it? Yeah, the actors that we found, and we were from Atlanta and from New York. So, and then Besh Bomba, she's from
Maryland.
Maryland. They're all in the East Coast, and we had to fly all of them in here in LA so that we can make this show. And because of that, we had to finish the entire show while they're here, because we cannot afford to do more days when they leave. So that was the first thing. So we just had to like take it day per day, finish this, finish that. And
Actually, the first challenge was really financial.
yeah, the financing.
Because we were supposed to have some investors, but maybe a few days before the actors fly in here, they backed out, and so we were caught by surprise, and we were not prepared, and so it's been like a hell since then. And then of course, given the limited time and the limited budget that we had, and then even if we had the investors, our budget was where it was already very limited, but then they backed out, and it added more to the injury for our production. So it's like we don't know if we should proceed with filming, or tell the actors that, oh, we have to stop because we lost our investors, and we're just we're just immigrants, and we're not really established here. We're kind of new here in Los Angeles, and we're still establishing our careers, and but so this is really something that if we produce it on our own, it will be very difficult for us. But still, we proceeded with the filming, and we wanted to give it our best shot, and we didn't want to make the project look like there's no budget at all. We still filmed in the middle of the Hollywood, in Echo Park, and in downtown Los Angeles, and basically everything is you can see the entirety, almost the entirety of LA through stay. So, and it's not really cheap to film in Los Angeles, and more so on those locations, because everything needs to be permitted. So we still give it a good fight, despite all the challenges. But yeah, and what we did was, when we had financial setbacks, we canceled, or we uh we ac- we didn't avail the services of our assistants, because we were supposed to have some assistants on set. But when our investors backed out, we decided to not avail their services, because we couldn't pay them, and so we had to do everything ourselves, just the two of us. And we didn't have any assistant on set, so it's like a crazy set. And we've been telling this since day one, that there was one instance that our sound recordist came on set, and he was looking for the film crew, and then we told him, we are the film crew, there's no more film crew, because he's expecting around 30 people on set, because that's the typical independent project setup. You have 20 to 30 people, but when he arrived, it was just the two of us. So, but we did our best for our actors to make to feel comfortable while they were filming. When we were setting up, and it took hours to set up a scene, we just want them to rest on their rooms, and to relax, and maybe to talk to each other while they were waiting, because there's really a lot of waiting time when we were filming, because we didn't have the gaffers, the grip, and all that, and the assistants. So when we were setting up from one location to another, it took a lot of time, and we want them to look fresh, so we request them to take some rest while waiting. And yeah, so there's a lot of challenges in this production. In a typical independent production setup, there's already a lot of battles that you have to win. But in our case, it's one of the smallest crew, I think. Maybe probably it's the smallest crew ever assembled to create a 7 episode series. And but we didn't let that hinder the production quality and the value that we can give to our audience. Of course, we wanted bigger scenes, and but for us, we were really very happy with the outcome, no, with the output. And people are like telling us that it looks very expensive, and how were we able to film in Hollywood, things like that. So yeah.
But guys, I mean, since the first time, and then since the first episode, one thing that I can tell you is that I knew that this series was made with a lot of heart, and you can sense it. I don't know how to explain, but you can sense it. And as well, it has a story that it gets to you, and how can I say, remains with you. That remains with you, and I think that's a great. Can I say a great success? I mean, of course I understand that for independent production is really hard, but guys, believe me, uh, this is awesome. I don't know how else to say it, because it's so emotional, it's different, is the characters are great, and you are going to find out little by little about their lives, about their struggles, things. It's very unexpected, and I love about that, because of course as a viewer as well of not only of TV series but of BL series, yes, of course, there are some of that are like hits, and you already know what's going to happen. I mean, it's like it's even a cliche. Like, okay, episode 12 is the episode of the angst. Okay, episode 11. Well, the previous episode before the
The
last episode is
finale.
going to be the exactly. So in this case, no. This case was like, okay, but what is going to happen? And the core of the story is very interesting because what is going to happen when Andre leaves? That's for the starting of the series. So, and just I would like you to give us your final words. But yes, from my part and from the part of the viewers from my side, believe me, it's a great experience. That's why I'm really excited talking to you, because it's one of those series that has that gets your attention. You're eager to see more. Of course, I know, and I've seen the comments from the people that they want more. They want a second season and all that. So we as viewers, we need to work on that for you guys to do it, but and help you guys to do it. But in general, it's an amazing series. Would you like to have some final words, some final message?
Oh, you go
Um,
first.
so first of all, we would like to thank everyone who watched and supported Stay the series, and everyone who's talking about it
Mhm.
and trying to spread the word out about this show. We're very thankful for all the support,
Mhm.
and yeah, we hope that we can do more for you guys, and watch out for our channels on the things that we're cooking and we're gonna do next.
Yeah. For me, I'm also very grateful for majority of our viewers are really like, oh, I haven't watched BL for a long time already, and this is the first time I that made me come back to this genre, and we're very grateful with that. And we are also very thankful to those who watch BL for the first time because of Stay. And we knew that we were very happy that we were able to bring something new to the table and not just offer what others are already offering. And since this is also something that's different, that's why there's also some BL fans that are like disappointed, or that they're like saying a lot of nasty things about us, the creators, or about the show. But we are not apologetic for what we have done. We are not sorry if you didn't like the ending, or if you didn't like the way we constructed our characters. It's not we are not sorry about that. We are very happy that we kept the integrity of our story, um to what we believe will make our characters grow and mature in the process, and not just to give in to what fans in general want, because it's easy to do that. It's easy to do the easy way and make everybody happy, even though the story is suffering or the characters are suffering. But to take the risk of letting the character grow on their own or learn from their mistakes, it's really very risky, and we are proud that we are able to do that. So to those to everyone to everyone who is like saying some bad things about us or about our show, um maybe this is not for you, and maybe you can go to your usual ordinary show. But we are more grateful, and we are very thankful to everyone who appreciate what we had to offer. And yeah, that's our we are very grateful to, even if we lose some, we are thankful that we gain a lot of viewers who understand our intention, and whose um the message and the theme of our show resonate with them.
Of course, yes, yes. Don't pay attention to those nasty comments. I mean, it happens. That happens, especially on the internet era. And never apologize for your art. This is a it's a series that challenge your inner self, and that's amazing. not easy to say, and that's why it resonates with us. With I don't know. I could spend another half hour saying how much I enjoyed the series and how amazing it is, because yes, I can see all the little issues that you also place on the story about the discrimination as well. All those the dreams, of course, of Andrea become a filmmaker. All those little things uh, make the story so round. I don't know. Don't pay attention, and never apologize for your art, especially you guys. And even if it's not a second season, of course, we need to keep an eye on you, because now you've already shown us how much you are capable to do, and that's amazing. Well, thank you very much,
you.
guys, for the
Thank
time,
you.
for the interview. Thank you for the series. I've watched it already twice. One of the things that amazed me about are that those characters is a story that was written by someone, and that can make you feel like that is amazing. That's great. Well, thank you very much for
you.
the interview, for the time, and I hope we see you soon with a new project. Thank you.
Yeah, of
you.
course.